The definition of a premonition is a feeling that something is about to happen. And usually that thing that's about to happen is something unpleasant. That was the case for the 2000 movie Final Destination, about a group of people that are on a flight from JFK to Paris, a flight that would never make it there due to death reaching out for them. That's what we're doing the filming locations for today. Final Destination.
The class is supposed to be leaving JFK, flying to Paris for a field trip. Alex gets a premonition that something bad is going to happen on the plane. Himself, his best friend Todd, a girl named Clear, and a few other kids and a teacher get off the plane. Well, they kind of drag Alex off the plane, but, you know, whatever. The next shot, you see, like, everybody's went home, and Alex and his parents are in the living room. Parents are asleep on the couch. Alex still watching TV from the night before, from what happened, the news. He's watching the news. It's raining outside. Lightning's starting to pop. And about the only shot you get of the outside of Alex's house is as he's looking through the window outside. It's a quick, real close shot of the house and the window he's looking out. And then it cuts back to him looking out, and you see the lightning bolt strike right in like the crossroads of his neighborhood. Now, obviously, he's supposed to be in the New York area because they are flying out of JFK. We are not in the New York area. We are in the Vancouver, British Columbia area where this movie was shot. So we're going to give you a shot of Alex's house, and I'm going to line the shot up that the movie shows when he's looking out the window at the storm. Now, I can't get the exact shot because it is private property and we're not going into somebody's yard. So, you know how we do on this channel. So here is Alex's house. This is what the whole house looks like. Now, in the movie, you can actually see the number of the house, 4688, right in this triangle here. And with the exception of the bushes being a little overgrown and this tree here, the house pretty much is the exact same windows, same color. Shot of the house you get, you can actually see Alex standing in this window, and you can see this column here and 4688, the number of the house here. But it's a real tight shot. But this is essentially the exact angle of the movie. After it shows that kind of close-up of Alex looking out the window, he's looking across the street at this house. And in the shot, you can't see this tree here, but you can see this fire hydrant. There's no stop sign here, but you can see where the sidewalk is. You can see the street. You can see a patch of grass here, and then this tree growing out of the ground. You can also see these bushes here, and the lightning bolt would strike right there, right in the crossroads of the two streets. And that's essentially what he would be looking at. It's been 39 days since the fatal crash. The school's having a memorial. We're here in the location of the memorial. In this shot, as the camera's pulling back, just on the other side of where Renee's sitting, you see the steps. Those are in the shot. Now, it would have been a lot better looking, thicker bushes kind of covering on both sides of the steps. But you can make out, and these would not be that tall because you'd be able to see all of this school. But you can make out a 6-2-6 window pattern. This steps here would not be here. You can see this awning poking through the top of the bushes. This lamp post here would actually be the flag post used in the shot. Now everybody would be sitting in front of this pine tree that probably wouldn't be as tall as it is right now. So they're sitting kind of in front and over this way, looking in this direction. Now none of this here, these bushes would be here. All of this would be seating area, and up on this hillside, because you can tell that it slopes up, is where the platform would be, where there are speakers talking.
And fish taken in the fatal net, or birds trapped in the snare, like these, the children of men caught when the time falls suddenly upon them.
It's nice to see when we get to these filming locations when things haven't really changed that much, you know? Because we've been to so many places that everything's changed, it's been renovated or it's been torn down. And it's really exciting when we get to do a film in locations, one, that's easy to get to. You don't have to fight traffic or people or anything. But two, when you get there, you don't really have to say, well, is this it? Is it this shot? Is it that shot? You know, because it's the same color like the school. It's got the same window patterns from the movie. It's got the same brick. It's got the same color at the bottom. It's got the same trimming color. A few things have been added. The bushes are different. That's understandable. It's been 24 years since the movie came out. A couple steps have been added, but all in all, it's easy to find. And that's exciting. You really like it whenever people don't just tear crap down. And it's a school, so that does help.
A lot of times when we start looking up locations for movies, it's kind of, you get like a two-for deal. Like, you go to a place thinking you're just getting this one movie done, and then you find out, hey, this was a location for something else. Like when we filmed Alex's house, we were just a couple of blocks away from the grandmother's house in Happy Gilmore, which, by the way, I can understand why Grandma couldn't pay her taxes, because that house was huge. But here, they actually used this school also in Freddy vs. Jason.
That's definitely a 2-for-1. Final Destination and Freddy vs. Jason. For this shot, we're here at Todd's house. Now, the camera would actually start up high. You get a real high shot and it kind of drops down.
This afternoon, which is so certain, and which has every hour filled in advance.
But as you can tell, the front of Todd's house still looks the exact same. It's the same color, same trim, same design, and not much has changed. Now, the next shot we get is Alex has had a premonition that something's going to happen to Todd. So he starts walking towards Todd's house. Now, we've already seen before, you see him walking down the sidewalk to Todd's house. We've seen Todd meet his end with the clothesline wrapped around his neck in the bathtub. After Todd's death, we get a nighttime shot of Alex walking towards Todd's house down the sidewalk, and you can see this wall and this gate to his right, the camera's left. Now the camera would then pan and you could see Todd's house right over here. Now in the film, these bushes wouldn't have been here and this gate would have been closed because the camera actually pans through the gate that to be able to see Todd's house. That's what Alex would be looking at, kind of right through here. When the camera flips back to Alex and he has seen the lights at Todd's through the gate, he kind of starts trotting a little more. You get a shot like this, kind of with him with this fence and wall behind it. Just before we see the ambulance and stuff, the camera kind of real tight around this column. And as it comes like this, that's when we see the ambulance and the cop cars here in front of Todd's house. As Alex gets to the end of the sidewalk, he kind of runs right out towards the middle of the street. And he's like, "What happened to Todd? What happened to Todd? Todd okay?" And the cops want to come up and have a talk with him.
Todd is not having fun today.
No, Todd's having a really bad day.
He pizzas when he should have French fried. Or he French fried when he should have pizza.
Yeah, he French fried when he should have pizzaed.
What happened? Where's Todd?
And here's a little closer shot of Todd's house. Like I said, it still looks the exact same. Same color, same trim, everything. It's like it has not changed since the movie. And I mean, why would it? I mean, this is a good looking house. Clear and Alex have met up at a coffee shop right here to my right. They would be sitting probably directly in front of one of these windows. But in the shot, you can see this building here, and it would have said medical center on it. But you can see these windows. Now that tree wouldn't have been there, and it would have been looking like it was out a little further. But you can see here, you can see this looks like it's been redone because you can actually see the door when it's open better than what you can now.
The mortician said that death has a design. Okay. I'm talking about omens.
When the camera spins around to get on Clear when she's talking, these windows are still the same, and you can still see this design here. So they would have been talking back and forth, multiple shots of the camera going back and forth between Alex and Clear until Alex gets the bus premonition.
By sitting here, by sipping this coffee, or breathing the air, or even crossing the intersection that we haven't started in motion, the events that will someday lead to our death 40 years from now, 10 years from now, tomorrow.
Now he would look to his left. These windows have changed. In the movie, they're all one-piece windows. So this has been redone. But he sees the bus going by. The camera spins with his look. We can see here. We can see all of these shops here. And as he turns and sees that there's no bus coming by, this entire building has since been redone. And the camera stops headed down this road here. But this entire place has pretty much had a makeover.
You can find death omens anywhere you want to. Coffee starts with a C and ends with an E. So does the word choke. So what, we're gonna choke to death?
Carter and Terry would be parked right over here at the stop sign, and they see Alex and Clear talking. They speed on by in this direction. And when he gets right down here about where this white vehicle is, that's where he's like, I gotta go back and beat on Alex. He spins the car around, about running over Billy, I think is his name. Anyway, he spins the car around. You can see this lane here that's recessed in where these cars are parked, and he would park right at the stop sign. When he gets out and walks around the front of the car, you can actually see this white stripe, and you can see the stop sign pole, but it would be blue in the movie.
Hey, baby, come on, not now. Carter,
Oh, looks like we have a bit of a reunion here.
let it go.
Now, baby, they're arguing. He's blaming Alex for everything, and their teacher that survived comes out of the coffee shop here. She's like, I'm getting ready to move, this and that. And of course, Carter blames Alex for her having to move, which pisses Terry off.
Terry's
And,
like, I ain't having that.
yeah, she's like, look, I'm trying to move on with my life. You know, if you want to sit here and pound on Alex every time you see him, then you can just drop effing dead. Well, she would actually be walking right out into this crosswalk, right just in front of the crosswalk here. As she's saying, you can drop effing dead, she turns and looks in this direction, and from this way, the bus gets her.
I'm moving on, Carter. And if you want to waste your life beating the shit out of Alex every time you see him, then you can just drop dead.
The bus that Alex had the premonition of earlier has now taken out Terry and splattered her blood all over the survivors that are here at the coffee joint. Now, oddly enough, this place right here that you can see in the background when Clear is talking is an actual coffee spot. This one doesn't really have a name, so I don't know.
And it
what
has
is.
one long coffee table out there.
Yep, one lonely table. Now, speaking of that, the umbrellas in the movie were actually red. These are green. But as you can tell where we're standing, either there is nothing here or they haven't put anything here because there's no tables out here for the coffee bar. Well, that's it for Final Destination, the first Final Destination. Not a lot of spots to film compared to a lot of, some of the other ones that we've done. This one was, I think it was on like 5 or 6 spots, but a lot of it was done on a sound stage or built for the movie. And then
Like the teacher's house they built so they could explode.
Yeah.
And the house where Alex goes to hide was actually a set they used, as oddly enough, was Betty White's house in Lake Placid.
I hate that it was a set. Like, why couldn't they use it? Well, that way we could go and film that. So, I want to say Clear's house was a set too. I don't think it was.
I don't know
There.
anything about that.
Anyway, so not a lot, but nice little video for you. Special shout out to our VIP Road Warrior patron, the Crip Lady. Thanks for helping us out, sponsor us each month. Check us out on Patreon if you'd like to sign up and be a member. And check us out on everywhere you can find us. Exit to Adventure. Thanks for watching this video. Leave us some comments. There's a movie you'd like for us to check out and do some filming locations on. But until next time, catch you down the road at the next exit.
Keep it spooky.
Later.